To solve a system of equations without graphing is called the substitution method, which is what's on your algebra sheet. I'm going to do question B first, because that lends itself better to substitution. This question A, I'm going to do using something called addition, sometimes addition multiplication. Sometimes it's called the combination method. The combination method is my favorite way of solving systems of equations. And hopefully it'll become yours as well. So here we go. So for question B, we have 4 variables. We have 2 x's and 2 y's. And we are going to have to find one of them. Sorry, we're going to have to isolate one of them. I should have said isolate. So we're going to isolate one of the variables. Now there's one of the 4 variables that's easier than the others to isolate. Okay, so we have one of the variables that's easier to isolate than the others. Variables that are easy to isolate do not have any coefficients. So in question B, do we have any variables with no coefficients? Yes. Which variable has no coefficient? Is it an x or a y? Okay, there's a y value with no coefficient. Is it the top equation or the bottom equation? Oh, it's the top. There's no there's no coefficient in front of the y here. So what that means is we are going to convert this equation into a slope-intercept form equation. So we have 2x plus y is equal to 7. What's the first step to get the y by itself? What is our first step to get the y by itself? Duncan? Subtract. We could subtract y. We could do that, but that's actually going to require more steps. So there's an easier way of doing it. Ian? So we're going to subtract 2x. So we have y is equal to negative 2x plus 7. Simple. So we're going to have to use that. I'm going to shrink it so that I have more room. I'm going to put it over here. So now, I'll use yellow. I'm going to work in this equation. But now I know what y is equal to. Y is equal to negative 2x plus 7. So instead of this y, what am I going to write? Negative 2x plus 7. So I have 3x minus 4 times negative 2x plus 7 is equal to 5. And now you'll notice that instead of having 2 variables, I only have 1, which is great. I can solve for x. I can find what that missing x value is. So I have a negative 4 outside of parentheses. What does that mean? It means multiply. So we'll distribute. So we have 3x. Negative 4 times negative 2x is? 8x. Positive 8x. Negative 4 times 7 is? Negative 28 is equal to 5. All right. Now it's time to combine similar terms. What is similar in this problem? No? 3x and 8x. 3x plus 8x is? 11x minus 28 is equal to 5. So what am I going to do to both sides? Sam? Let's add 28 to both sides. And I get 11x is equal to 33. That's convenient. It's a multiple of 11. So what am I going to do to both sides? Divide by 11, divide by 11. And so I get x is equal to 3. So if I'm looking at my answer, I know x is 3. I still need to find y. Well, let's plug it in. So we have 2 times, what's our x value? 3 plus y is equal to 7. 2 times 3 is? 6 plus something is equal to 7. What's that something? 1. And so I've solved the system by substitution.